Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
Yep, we back just like that. I told y'all it was about to be a busy week, a whole busy month. I told y'all what's going on. Well, if you didn't tell you, or if you didn't see already, I didn't have to tell you because we've been talking about it on all of the shows on the network for the last month, 2 months, 3 months almost. The Podathon, man, our podcast marathon that we have coming up on September the 24th at Say Detroit Play Center. It's going down from 12 noon to 7 p.m. We got 40 vendors so far. We got 40 vendors and, oh man, a plethora of different types of vendors of all kinds of different products and services. And you just heard some on here earlier a couple of days ago. In the next couple of days, you'll hear some more. And I'm right now here with another vendor for the Podathon. And this is a sister by the name of Militia Jones. Militia. This looks like... That maybe that's me with my DPS education reading it wrong. Militia Jones, which has a business called Bounce Houses of Fun. So let us know a little bit about it. So when you just started and what was your motivation for starting it, and how long you been in business?
I've been in business now 2 years.
2 years. 2 years.
2 years.
So this is basically since the pandemic, would it be safe to say?
A little before the pandemic.
Right before the pandemic. So now, with you having now what all do you have, do you offer with your business? Because the name of it is Bounce House of Fun, but, from what I understand, you got a little bit more than just bounce houses. So what is it that you have here?
I also have I have cotton candy machines, snow cone, popcorn.
Okay.
And the bounce houses.
So now, with that being said, and the pandemic being something that kind of kept people in the house and away from each other. Not going to restaurants, not going to eating. Do you feel like the pandemic helped your business, or how did that affect your business? In what way would you feel, seeing that you started right before the pandemic? What changed when that happened for you?
It kind of helped the business, then it kind of hurt the business at the same time.
In what ways?
Because people wasn't letting you come to their homes and stuff like that. So
now, which way? How do you feel like it helped the business?
Because I was still promoting. So when the pandemic started easing up, customers started calling me.
Yeah. So now, what was your motivation? What was your drive behind the idea? What made you start this business in the first place?
Because I have grandkids.
Oh, okay.
So every time we go to a party, they never wanted to stop playing on the bounce house. So I said, well, let me go ahead and buy one.
And that's another thing that I see is a consistent pattern with a lot of our people throughout the pandemic is we kind of found voids to fill or things that we needed in our own lives and just created businesses out of them. That's something that I see with a lot of people where it was just something that I need, whether it's they getting their hair done or lashes or whatever, and they just ended up starting a business out of it. Just off of something that they, regularly needed or regularly seen during the pandemic. So that's a reoccurring thing that I've been hearing.
So we had to find something to do.
Basically. And that was another part of it because people didn't have the jobs, right? People's jobs weren't working. People weren't working. The jobs was closed. So people had to find other means to generate the resources and the revenue to maintain their lifestyle. So
exactly.
That was the main reason why a lot of people, and they just kind of found, creatively found niches, if you will, in certain products or services or causes, opportunities that they were in need of their own self and just kind of franchised off of that.
Okay. That was the best way to do things.
Yeah. So, it's, a lot of little different entertainment companies out here. So now, are there some other, components that you plan on adding to your business? Is this a lot of, like I said, competing similar companies, saying like yours? So what would you feel like, would be an edge for you? What's next? Do you feel like it's some expansion that's going to happen in the future?
Definitely expansion.
I want to add to your roster.
I definitely want to add the hot dog, nachos. I want to add all the good stuff. And then I also want to add carnival games.
So, and what's sweet about your company is it actually caters to the youth. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And with it being a lot of things, especially in the summertime or even all year round, like kids, anything involved with kids will always be needed. It'll never go out of style. It'll always be a market for it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So when it comes to what I'm doing with the platform and me wanting to include the community, me having community based elements of my events and things that I'm doing with my platform, it's always great to have people like you who provide the things they can attract kids, they can keep them entertained,
Keep them entertained, keep them out the
keep 'em
streets.
out and involved in what we're doing as opposed to just straying off. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
So that's
yeah.
why I appreciate people like you that provide things like that.
Thank
Because
you.
even when it's down to the little things, we know how in our community, right, it was not a lot for us to do as youth, as kids. You know what I mean? And now today there are even more of those things that are taken away and not available. So it's just anything that we can have that can give them just inspiration. You know what I mean? Not only if it is it giving them something to do, but it's seeing somebody that looks like them in business. You know what I mean? And it's motivating them in that way. You know what I
Right,
mean?
makes them feel like, oh, I can do that.
I can do that, right?
Because when we used to have rec centers, YMCA's, but the Budsell Center, all that stuff is really closed down
yeah,
now.
pretty much closed down.
So
And
there's nothing for the kids to do now.
and that's another reason why it's I feel like it's instrumental that I'm doing what I'm doing where I'm doing it at, right? At a recreation center to show kids and not only the youth but the adults, right? Because they was talking to me there at the center and explaining to me how they actually are looking for more people to do events and functions right there at the recreation center, and that's all the recreation centers around the city, if I'm not mistaken, just to raise awareness of what is available to the kids and to some of the adults as well. You know what I mean? The resources that's there available. So, that's really why I'm doing this right here. It's really it's all a big a science to it. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just hey, I'm throwing a pop up. I'm trying to get $100 from this many people. You know what I mean? It's really a real cause behind everything that we're doing here at the platform. So again, you know what I mean? And I look forward to in the future with all of the other events that we have, having you involved in it.
Thank you,
know what
and
I mean?
I'll be right there.
Yep. I mean, because that's what really this is about, is me creating my own community of not only talents and skill sets, resources, different people, whether it be podcasters or their personalities, but business owners that have different products and services and, that are pushing for different causes that we can pull together and make big situations, right?
Yes.
That's the thing. Like, 'cause
Big
I feel
situations and big solutions.
yeah, big solutions as well. You know what I mean? Because we have a lot of issues in our community we need tackled, and little do we know, because they are not promoted, we have a lot of those resources amongst ourselves to solve a lot of those problems that we have, but we just don't know about them because they're not put on a platform for us to see them.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's why I'm trying to create a platform for our people to see what's available for our people. You know what I mean? So
Because if they don't know the resources out there, they're not going to go try and look for them.
yeah, our people die for lack of knowledge. Ain't that what it say? You know what I mean? So it's like we have to give the knowledge. We have to have a platform, and all the platform is something that's raised up a little bit higher. So you
can have reach for it.
You can have a further view. You know what I'm saying? Or people from a further distance can see it. You know what I mean? You have a further reach, if you will. So that's what we're trying to build this thing up to, where we can actually have a very large situation for our people. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So. You know what I mean? I appreciate you for not only supporting the event, but providing these products and services for our people. You know what I mean? Because I like to see more of us just being involved in entrepreneurism and
our
and
community,
being self-sufficient and depending on ourselves for things, as opposed to having a situation where our livelihoods is disposable at a flick of a switch by somebody, and it's like we have nothing to show for it. Like that's not. That's not the way we need to be living. So I look forward to having you at the Podathon and at the event and many more events.
I look forward to service.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like it's gonna be a real big event. Like I said, we got the news coming out, and all kind of different people. I don't even want to start naming names, and it's gonna be a real festive event because a lot of people don't know. There's gonna be a lot of sports events going on right there in that same area. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be real packed. as far as, a crowd. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to everybody being supported and, the turnout for everything.
Yeah, it's gonna be big.
It's going to be a real big deal,
Yes,
big
it
deal.
is.
So
Yes,
make
it
sure
is.
that y'all come out September 24th, Say Detroit Play Center. That's 19320 Van Dyke. 19320 Van Dyke. If you scroll down on the 7 Mile Update page on Facebook, you'll see the event. If you're on YouTube, then just go ahead and follow 7 Mile Radio. Go to the website, 7 Mile Radio / Podathon, Podathon, 7 Mile Radio / Podathon, and that's all of the event information that you need. Still open for vendors. We have vendor space. We have actually 120 vendor spaces, right? So we can make this thing real big. And it's already gonna be big, and we only got 40 vendors. You know what I mean? So that's that's the thing. You know what I mean? Go ahead to that website and register if you are interested. And again, I thank you, sister.
Thank you so much for
providing
having me.
services and support the event. And I look forward to working with you many more times in the future.
Yes.
All right. So
Thank
y'all make
you.
sure y'all go to the website, support this sister. Where can they find your company at on social media?
Bounce House of Fun
On Facebook.
on Facebook.
On Facebook.
I'm
All right.
sorry, Bounce House Militia Bounce House Jones
Okay.
on Facebook and on Instagram.
Okay.
Yep.
And then you got a email or a phone number that they can
Yeah,
reach
Bounce
you out
House of Fun at gmail.com and 313-985-2313.
to? Now, you got to tell them how to spell house.
Oh, that's right. You have to spell house Houze as in zebra E.
Z-E. Houze.
Z-E.
On everything, right?
On everything.
On everything. All right. So now that you got that, we up out of here, man. Make sure that you go and register your business if you're interested. Inbox me on my personal page, Mark DeAndre, or the 7 Mile Update page if you want a vendor information. I'll give you that. But until then, we'll be back with the next interview a little bit later on. We'll see y'all at the Podathon.
Thank you.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
Houze Production.